Well, 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 well. It's not the foreigners. No, not today. It's not the foreigners today. It's probably going to be the foreigners tomorrow, because I did see that news article with the guy trying to speak the English and read the signs. We're going to have to do that one tomorrow. But today, we got a truck driver. He just wrapped up in court a couple of days ago. Whew, tragic situation. You see, back in 2023, 38-year-old Mr. Danny found himself on the interstate driving at about 68 miles per hour, working for MBI, the garbage company. Y'all done seen him before. Day cab driver, hauling garbage. Home every day, 401k, pension, health insurance, all the benefits that he could possibly have. Probably even working Monday through Friday, maybe the day shift only. He got too comfortable. Oh, Mr. Danny was just so comfortable. Found himself 68 miles per hour on the interstate when all of a sudden he claims he looked down and looked back up right before slamming into stopped traffic. What will the officers discover?
Investigators would later discover a pickup truck and a Toyota Camry were rear-ended by the tractor trailer, pushing both vehicles underneath the semi in front of them. The impact then allegedly caused a chain reaction, impacting two other vehicles ahead in traffic.
The only witness, I think, is that white truck that's in the very back. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh.
Next, one investigator catches up with the suspect.
You speak English?
Troopers identify the man seen here as 38-year-old Danny Glenn Tyner, an Arizona truck driver who prosecutors allege was watching TikTok at the time of the fatal crash.
Yeah, I speak English.
Okay, perfect.
I can't see shit right now. Everything flew off, my hat, my headset, everything.
Were you involved at all?
I'm the truck driver.
Of this back truck?
Yes.
Okay, what happened?
All I did was look down real quick, looked up, and they were all right there, and I slammed on my brakes, and it just...
Okay. You have your ID and all that with you?
Yeah, it's in my pocket. Because I didn't see...
You're the truck driver, right?
Yes.
What are you carrying?
So it's solar panels. It's not flammable.
Solar panels?
Yeah, solar
Okay.
panels. Yeah. The only problem that I have is
Gas.
I can reach my fuel tank.
Diesel, okay.
Hey, I don't know if I have to be, man, but see, I just started my hours like maybe 2 hours ago, and I was coming this way, so and I see the how you call right now congestion, so I start to slow down, and I just slow down and I put my flashes. That way, cars behind me they can see. I slow down because a lot of cars, most of the time they don't give a damn.
Then you got hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was stopped. And all of a sudden I hear like boom, somebody hit me, like what the hell?
You can just stay over there for a second, okay?
Mr. Danny found himself in the back of the ambulance for the first time in his life. He claims his shoulder, his neck, and his back, his whole body hurts. He don't know what happened. He got snatched out of his semi-truck. Somebody yelled, fire. There was a big, fireball. He don't know what the hell's going on. Officers asked how fast was he going. Said he was going the speed limit, 65 miles per hour. There's just one problem. The speed limit was not 65 miles per hour. It was 55 miles per hour as he was in a construction zone, giving the officer too much information. Nevertheless, Danny claims that he had got a message on his ELD tablet. He looked down for, I'm talking about just a split second. I'm talking about he just, and when he looked back up, boom, he don't know what the hell happened. It's not his fault. It's everybody else's fault. They was in his way. It's all their fault. He don't know nothing.
Moments later, Danny is taken to an ambulance to be evaluated before another investigator swoops in with some questions for the truck driver.
What's your first name?
Danny?
Is it Daniel on your driver's license or
No,
Danny?
Danny.
Okay. Oh, you have it? Sweet.
Cop asked me to pull it out before, and he never took it.
Oh, that's
Hang
right.
on to it the whole time.
As you can tell, we got a lot going on.
All I did was look down at my tablet real quick, and then looked up, brakes, slammed on the brakes, and took up, and then that's what happened.
Danny initially tells the detective he was looking down at a work tablet before noticing the stopped traffic and slamming on his brakes.
Will you ask him what he had in the back of that? What did you have in the back of your trailer?
All garbage.
All garbage?
All garbage.
Just trash?
Just trash.
Nothing hazardous that you know of?
As far as I know, no.
Okay, thank you.
Get for me.
Do you know how fast you're going?
Speed limit 65.
Okay.
Usually set the cruise control at the speed limit.
Okay. Did you
I
have,
can hover my foot over the brake just in case.
okay. Did you have your seatbelt on?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So I think that's why my shoulder's fucking killing me.
All right. So what happened? So you left 19th Broadway, got on the freeway.
Got on the freeway, came down here. There was traffic on 17 a little bit. So then I got over here, got to here where it turns into the 10, came down, and it was running pretty smooth. All I did was look down real quick at the tablet because a message came through, and then I was like, what the heck? Okay, whatever. And right when I looked back at the road, brake lights.
Okay.
And I slammed on my brake, and it just kept, it's an overweight truck, it just keeps going forward. Not overweight, but 40, whatever, weight truck, 80 pounds. I'm not overweight. Even though we just got the permit today. Let us know. I was going to get my next one, it's going to be overweight.
So you look down, you look back up, you just saw a bunch of brake lights.
Yeah.
And you tried to stop.
Well, the reason why I use my cruise control, I leave my foot over the brake pedal so that because of stuff like that, or we get it all the time. We'll get people trying to, instead of waiting behind us a couple seconds to get off of that exit, they'll run around us and then cut us off. It's like, what the hell?
Okay. Do you know how much your vehicle was? How much it weighed?
No.
How much was your trailer? How about that? Your load? Do you know?
It was on the... No, because we just pick up and we go off the gauge in the truck, and then we wait when we get out to Picacho because they have the scale.
What was the last weight you saw on your truck?
It was at 40... The gauge anyways, the gauge read at like 49.50, somewhere in there.
49,000-ish? Okay.
Authorities determined that Danny, who said he was going the speed limit of 65, was allegedly driving at a rate of 68 miles per hour in a 55-mile-per-hour construction zone.
And what you said your shoulder hurts?
Yeah.
Which shoulder? Left? Okay.
Yeah, because that's what the seatbelt goes across. Knee was kind of stuck. He didn't get out from underneath the dash. I hope that person got out of the vehicle.
Anything else? Left shoulder? You said your knee?
My knee.
Which knee? Right knee?
And the dash came up.
Anything else?
No, that's about it.
Just your left shoulder and your right knee? Okay.
As Danny gets out of the ambulance and sits in the back of the police car, officers got one question remaining. They would like to check his phone, just to make sure he wasn't, texting and driving or using the internet. Danny quickly uses his brain and he says, "Here you go, officer. I wasn't texting nobody." Officer checks his text messages. No messages have come through. They then check his internet browser. There's nothing they could find.
So that's one right there. That's another one over there. And then the cab of the semi's over there. The trailer. So we might end up having six or seven if there's more than two right there. But there's two for sure there. That's two bodies right there, right? That I can see. Or that one?
Yeah, and they said that body right there, that might be another one or a piece of it. He doesn't know.
Danny is eventually cleared by paramedics and sat in a patrol car, where investigators have one more question for him.
So there's some questions. I don't know if this is pertinent. You mind if I take a look at your phone? I just want to rule that out, make sure you weren't on your phone. Is it open?
Yeah, it's open.
So text messages, is that text messages?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I look at them? So it looks like if I'm looking at this right, you got a text message. What's today's date?
Thursday, January 12th.
The 12th. So you got a text message yesterday, and then the first one you got this morning was at 6:12. Is that right? Were you on the internet or anything? At your phone? Where was your phone at when the crash happened?
In my pocket.
In your pocket? Okay. Do you mind if I take a look at the internet? Can you pull your internet up for me?
That's when I'm at home.
Okay.
I haven't
no
messed
worries.
with it.
Okay.
I don't mess with that when I'm driving. I keep it in my pocket.
No problem.
I got my head. I normally have my headset merged with the truck. I have a headset, so if someone calls, I hit it and then talk.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Officers let him go from the scene, as this was simply just an accident. However, 6 months later, the FBI would discover that Mr. Danny was watching TikTok right before slamming into a pile of cars in stopped traffic.
Danny was arrested at his home 6 months later and initially charged with evidence tampering, 5 counts of manslaughter, and 4 counts of endangerment. After accepting a deal, court records show Danny pleaded guilty to lesser charges and was sentenced to over 22 years behind bars.
In court, Danny decides to take a plea deal of 22 years. hard on the truck driver. Hard on the truck driver. 22 years for watching TikTok. What was he watching, man? Come on, Daddy. This is all your fault. You done took out all them people on the interstate. You done, come on now, you doing more damage than the foreigners over some TikTok. What the hell? Ain't that no TikTok? Ain't nobody, they ain't doing nothing no TikTok but crying and complaining and blaming everybody else for their problems. And here, come on, what was you were crying and complaining too, Daddy? What's going on? What's going on with TikTok? What's on TikTok? Ain't nothing on TikTok. That's brain rot. I call TikTok brain rot. That's all that is. But Daddy, 22 years, that's a long time. You 38 years old, you got 22 years in prison? Damn. We're gonna wish him luck, but to the families, we totally sorry. But Danny only got one thing that he would like to say to the people, and that is he hopes that this does not make the news.
What's that?
I hope this does not make the news.
I think it did. That's your helicopter right there.